Möchten Sie Ihr Immunsystem das ganze Jahr bestärken? Mit dem Immunsaft-Kraftpaket bringen Sie die volle Kraft der Natur in Ihren Alltag. Reich an Vitaminen und pflanzlichen Nährstoffen für Ihr Wohlbefinden. Natürliche Inhaltsstoffe ohne künstliche Zusätze. Bleiben Sie fit und vital das ganze Jahr über. Jetzt bei bitterkraft.com
the true success of this company are the people, and we want to show everyone that we possibly can. And then in the following weeks, to show who you are, where you're from, what country. If you notice, we are worldwide. We have just about every country on here, different colors, different sizes, different faces. And it's really, really a lot of fun. But I want you all to remember this: the sacrifices that Ash Mafar has done for all of us. I'm extremely appreciative of what he's done. He's not only our friend, he's our brother, but he's also our beloved CEO, who's gone to great lengths to make things happen and do the things that he's doing. Literally, I think that as we go along with this chapter, I call this our second page. Each chapter is going to get a little more interesting. We'll have to wait to see what Ash says. He will discuss, I believe, some things that he touched on last week, and he will actually also discuss on strategic, as far as questions, what he can say and what he can't say. And I have nothing but a lot of faith in him. I have all the faith in him. So on that note, I don't think I've forgotten it, and I might, but remember this: last week we had 275,000 views, just to show the faith of the people and the belief in the people to this company. This week we added multiple YouTube channels, big ones. One of them is Nagma. She's on here. I got to know her really well the last couple of hours, real 2 o'clock in the morning for her. She's a sweetheart, so welcome, Nagma. I ask that you like and subscribe to whatever YouTube channel pops on. You did notice that we have a brand new guy that has gone above and beyond for every one of us to build our futures, to realize that, yep, we got a chance, and we're all jumped in this because it's going to change our lives. And our main goal, I think, through Ash Mafar is he changes our lives, we go out and change other people's lives. So on that note, I don't know if he's ready, but Ash Mafar, the floor is all yours, my brother.
I'm ready, my brother, and everyone. I hope you can hear me fine.
Perfect.
Give me a thumbs up. Perfect. You're doing great. I wish I didn't have to come in to stop the joy, because you're killing it. I appreciate everything you're doing with everyone here. Your presence and your support is very highly appreciative. So we are definitely keeping the momentum, and I believe that we just touched up on how great was the feedback last week, and it's given us even more energy. We're more pumped as of today, just because of your desire toward a better chapter and success. It looks like everybody's ready for that change, and we've talked about the necessity and importance of change in this journey, and pretty much in every aspect of our life. So it's inevitable, but this time we're doing it more cautious and more conscious, the transformation. So change is inevitable. Perhaps the the transformation is what I call it. It's a choice. You don't have to, okay, like be stuck with certain details, as long as you do it strategically and wisely. I was trying to give my best attention throughout the week. It hasn't been a week. Tomorrow will be a week. And I was trying to see what topic seems to be most important that you want to hear more about it. Either from the topics we've covered last week, we want to build on it, or something we might have missed and you want to hear more. on that topic. I see Chris is on the spotlight. I just want to make sure that you're doing this purposely.
I did.
Okay.
Marty put me on the spotlight. It should be your sexy head.
Yeah, well, or I would love both because I like split screen. You know, I don't want to. The worst thing is just watching myself.
No, you're
you know.
on spotlight to
When-
YouTube.
Okay, got it. Okay, the speaker, obviously. I get it.
Yeah, you're looking at Chris because I don't know why, but anyway.
Yeah, that it's pleasure, better than seeing myself, though. I just want to make sure this is what you wanted. So my quick analyst to what happened is people are more eager about the next thing, which is quite healthy and assuring and comforting that we're not stuck in the past. Yes, we understand it is necessary to change, but what's next? So the focus was there, and I believe there has been a massive number, probably hundreds, if not more than that, received of some suggested topics or questions. I have a few, basically most common, repeated one. Let's be specific. I have 15 questions right here, and I thought 80–90% of these questions, or the nature of these questions, is about the next business. Okay, so I would try to do my best to please you on that aspect. Now, what I thought, okay, would be helpful, I will assume that these are the things that you want to know about, just my personal estimate or assumption. Okay, so let's go over that. So we've talked about how change is inevitable, and growth and the exact specific transformation is optional. Okay, as long as we do it in a strategic way, and the transformation has to be conscious, conscious and cautious choice. So not necessarily just to change for the sake of change, right? It has to be an up, a topping what we've built before. We cannot just say, we're just going to change for the sake of change. No, it is inevitable. It happens everywhere, not just in business or our business. It's not unique to us. It happens everywhere. But how do you change? How do you compile and compound your success to a higher ground? That is what I want you to start feeling with me. We're not repeating so much of the past. We've got so many lessons, and the transformation is going to be more careful, more cautious, less talking. Our actions are going to beat our, conversation or words. So I will try to satisfy your curiosity about where exactly are we now? Okay, where are we at the moment in terms of business and what is happening in this phase? And even I'm gonna, spoil you more to touch up on when do we move on to the next chapter? Timing. Okay. So I'll be able to touch up on those as well. And I will talk about, okay, what is exactly the next chapter? And what is, maybe you want to call it the next business or the new model, all right? So I'll dive into that and keep it as brief as possible to allow more of the great leaders here. I'm actually excited myself to see some of the new faces, or perhaps faces we've missed in a while. So it's quite, humbling. Now, where are we now? Okay, exactly, we are in Onpassive. Let's not talk about the moon, okay? We're still on planet Earth, and we're quite aware of, a troubled year. It was in 2024, as you come to know, things are not going in the right direction, and it broke down to the point where we had to stop and change or shift our direction. That was quite obvious, and we chose strategically not to speak up publicly or to share it, all the details at the wrong.
Stop using ChatGPT like everyone else and do this instead. To the men over 50 who don't know how to use AI.
More solid, more stable. All right, we don't want to do that. So it is really, really important to talk about what did we learn from that experience, okay, and how and what things that logically are not going to be repeated, because we saw the results where those activities or actions have taken us to. So one thing we know, we had bigger marketing. Okay, it's a good thing for business, but ahead of our production. I'll say it as blunt as that. Okay, and it sounds like we have felt we are there already. Success is in hand. This is my evaluation. We felt that we got it, we killed it. The numbers are massive. Everybody's loving the concept, and it's a done deal. Mentally, do it or die. We go there, and everybody was living it. It's like, I literally know people were shopping for their dream materialistic goals. Okay, no joke. So we got ahead of ourselves, okay, collectively. And from the questions we started to have at the end about our technologies and the AI, it sounded like more science fiction. So we went too far in our expectations and our marketing. So it wasn't quite aligned. We all know how I believe, the bigger the dream, the bigger the team. But one important thing we talk about also is who's on your team. That will determine the quality of your dream and how and if your dream will actually arrive or is reachable in the first place. So we did well with the numbers, not quite well with the quality. But I believed that we can take those individuals, I'm talking about the heads, we can take them to the top with us. I believe you have to take a risk if you want to save time, instead of just, doing the standard procedures and business operation tactics, which you take time, probation, all of that, and the hiring and the appraisal and the promotion and all of that. If we go through that process, my impression was it will take us longer, okay? But I thought I'll take risk, I'll overstaff, and I'll give people a chance. As long as they're good people, okay, ethically, the skill is easy to obtain or to acquire. So I was more focused on the character. If I trust so-and-so, they don't have the skill yet, we will evolve together. We can grow together. I share with them what I have. I give them lots of flexibility and freedom. Never going to treat them as a boss or, as employees. I treated them as partners. That's a mistake I have learned firsthand. Theoretically, it sounds good. It's out of a good heart, out of a good intention. Yeah, sure, good people, let's take them to the top with us. We grow together, no problem, okay? We make mistakes, all of that. But as you may know, I always say you attract who you are, but I learned not who you want. And that's the best part. I'll explain that to you why it's the best part. So I did attract some of these, or I'm not now let me differentiate. Okay, we're talking about leaders in the market, yourself, okay, those who are choosing to win, to ride along in this journey, all those great individuals on this platform, and those who are listening live. Okay, now we believe, okay, we've attracted the right people. On the corporate side, we didn't have much choices because I wasn't in charge of that. It's not like, okay, it sounds like people were more attracted to the business concept, maybe to myself and a little bit of it, but more to the benefits. Now, what slipped and the mistake that happened naively, the character wasn't vetted as we should. We should have really had more care and cautiousness about the quality of the people we've had. So we did attract the numbers, yeah, bigger team on both sides. I'm talking about the market, I'm talking about the corporate. But the quality of the people on the corporate side, okay, and by all means, they're people who are sisters and brothers. I will take a bullet for them. They're friends permanently. But they went, under the feet in the swamp because of the action of others. So it's an unfair, as it was unfair for me and yourself and so many other individuals or families who were having, a good life. Now, those when the character isn't good, their focus wasn't, and their heart not in the right place, no matter what we've tried to do to take them to a higher ground, to evolve and grow in leadership, in technical skill level, they wouldn't go because the intention isn't clean. It's about monetary and benefits and control and so forth. But the good news, I was more focused on my relationship with you. Now talking about the market side. And we were quite successful to get to know each other more and more. Not only that we've attracted who we are because it was a choice and you were not getting paid per se salary nor commissions, or you came by choice and I was not getting paid as well to give you my vision or my heart, my passion. It was quite voluntarily from both sides, but it's a strong desire and passion towards something that we believe we can make it happen together. And that has given us the drive to continue even when things were not clear or sounds like doomed. And here we are today. Forget everything in terms of, those setbacks, stabs, backstabbing, all of that. Forget all of that. The reward is much greater because success is not what you do in a day or two or a year. It's all like over all your career. Okay. And as long as you stay truthful to your character, tough times reveal the true character. We all know that. Everybody is lovey-dovey, nice, when things are fine, easy. But when it's tough, when there's a turbulence, you see the true character. And I have to tell you, my friends here, we are made of gold because we're connected in such a way, 100% optional, voluntarily. We are not forced to do this. You're not forced to be here. Your show, like your time, your presence, in fact, you're showing up. That's 80, 90% of success. I didn't make that up. You cannot succeed, or you have zero chance to succeed in something you're not in it. Now, as long as you're in it and you have the right intention, the right character, you've attracted good people as well yourself. I've attracted enough of you. We do believe we have what it takes to be successful. No problem. It didn't happen, the first round, second round, no problem. But make no mistake, where we're going is what matters. Because where we are now today, or the past is gone. We got the lesson. Where we are today is not permanent. In a few hours, it will be over. It will be history. Cannot change it. But where we're going is what matters to us the most. So where are we now? So we're in a troubled company in multiple avenues, and now we have to go, it became obviously important to change, but before we change, we're in that phase right now. This transformation requires a ton of activities, actions. Strategically, we have to get through that. There are a few things we have to clean up before we move on to that next chapter. I'll be more specific to you. More specific. Okay. One thing I want to achieve with you, and help me out, okay, is before we talk about the next chapter, we have to have a proper mindset and an upgraded culture. We're not going to be talking about how successful we are. We're not going to be talking about how good we are. We're winning all. We're not going to do that. This time around, we're going to make it silently, quietly. We're going to win first, and then we can blab about it. I've seen people all the times. They're thinking about a trip to Dubai. And they're living like as they own the town. And they even haven't booked the ticket, or they didn't take off, or all that. What I'm trying to do now, this time around, we're not going to talk about it. I don't have to blab about it. We're going to do it. And I'm using that as an example, but we're talking about a bigger business scale, okay? And I'm not going to talk about, I'll be making this much, or we have 1, 2, 30, 50 products before actually living them, trying them. We're not going to talk about that. We've learned that lesson. We're not going to grow and win backward. Actions must beat conversation and talking and marketing. Success shouldn't be Instagrammable or whatever, TikTok, or so we have to do it. It matters more that you actually do it than talking about it. And I see people often like they too much and they brag too much when they, because it's easier said than done, they continue the conversation to the point where they surpass the reality. So now they paint that picture to themselves and to others that 1 to 20 when they're actually in just step 2 in that journey they've laid out. If I'm using the same analogy in numbers, I'm going to say this time around, what we're going to do, when we're in step 20, we'll talk about 15. By the time we talk about 20, we'll be at 25, and so forth. Just an analogy. So now, as we want to move to that, I hope you understand, we don't want to over-exaggerate in expectations, in marketing, in claiming success before it happens. We must do it first, then we can talk about it. I'll tell you what, you don't even have to say it. When you're successful and you're doing good, and in reality, and you grow to where you want to go, it goes without saying. People will recognize that. And does it really matter? Success is not about likes and clicks and views, and it doesn't reflect the true success or the true love or reality. I'm going to use a ridiculous example. If Hitler was here and he has an X page, like Twitter formerly, okay, don't you think he would have like millions of followers? Even haters to Hitler would want to see what is he saying, right? Journalists, media, all of that. So it doesn't reflect that it's actual love or success. But change within and making that impact, like really making a difference, that's more impactful and more meaningful. My special dear Susie McCrae has a birthday. Happy birthday again yesterday. I use the example. I use the term, "You're the best Susie I know," and I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. If there's a Susie on planet Earth right now, come and say, "Hello, Ash, I know you. You know me. You lied to me. You told me." No, it's, I mean it. I meant it. She's the best Susie that I know. Period. I might know another one, but it's not coming to my head that she's number one. And the reason I'm saying that, not because how good is Susie, it's because of the influence and impact, or at least in some way, she inspires me. Because there's so many people, most of the people that come to Earth, they leave unnoticeably or unnoticed, and they're just numbers. And there are people that even when you're not with them physically, they still some way in your mind or making a difference. They inspire you to do better. I guarantee thousands of us collectively every day, we think about, pick any name on the screen. I don't want to be, specific. But just for the sake of illustration, who doesn't think about Mr. DeGarmo or Johnson or, or Minu? When even when they're not there, not because of how good they are to themselves, or if we're not getting anything in return or somewhat benefiting, we wouldn't be around them. We wouldn't be thinking about them, because there's some people that you just come around them, they are just always grumping and quite complaining about everything, and you just don't want to be around them. They wouldn't be. And there are people, they just focus on you. They give you their heart, their time, their wisdom to lead you to a better you. And that's why you would give them your time, and you trust them, of course, okay? And you always get something. You wouldn't listen to Red Redfern, okay? Whatever the time is, unless there is some return. Make things, more clear to you, addresses some important matters to you, and that's how we grow. So you give me what you have, I give you what I have. Collectively, we have, or we form that greatness. Because one is too small of a number to achieve greatness. But a little bit of good of you, good of me, we bring it to the table. And there are people just like you, cannot have enough of them, because they're always positive. They give you that good vibe. Nothing is more destructive to your future or business or life than being around negative people that you don't want to become them. So it's a choice to follow. Now we have to grow. If you're moving along in that transformation, be clear and solid. I trust this. I believe in it. I am moving with a choice, my own choice. Nobody's forcing you to go along, right? And I'm talking to the public right now. But it's a mistake. It's a massive mistake if you're going through just out of curiosity, or somebody told you to do. I haven't seen any creativity comes, from somebody who's forced to do a job or any type of activities. The best success, creativity, accomplishments come when you have passion, conviction, love in what you're doing. With the right people. Now, any other opinion, if you're with us outside our network or atmosphere, it's a distraction. If you want to listen to it, if they propose a better choice, a better plan to you, I'll be happy to cheer for you. But don't take evaluations from somebody's either, whether unknown, complete, bogus, ambiguous, personality, no track record success, no history. They haven't done anything good for humanity. They're always, grumping and bitching about everything. Make sure you follow people who are ahead of you. They've done it before. They have track record, they can prove, and they at least they're not going to diminish what you've achieved on your own or previously. Nothing worse than taking advice from somebody who's less qualified than yourself. So we're all clear that we must change. We're all clear that this change not going to be the same as the past. We're going to have less talk about specifics. We can talk more about things when they're there. Now, the question is, when do we move to the next phase? Okay. very short and sweet to the point. Okay, we wouldn't talk about the next phase until, number one, completely detached from the previous culture or mentality or mindset. If you're in the same mentality 3 years ago, we're not ready, including myself. If I am in the present now, have applied all the knowledge, all the mistakes, all of that to the next, then we're good. That's one. Second thing is, we are not moving to Onpassive 2.0. We're not moving to a refurbished Onpassive. I said it last time. We don't have any commonality between Onpassive and next chapter, one common. As of now, you're not in it. Only Ash Mufara, only myself. Not a line of code, not a big product or office, country, one single staff member. None of that has moved or will move to the next chapter. Are we clear on that? Now, if you come along, you would say, yeah, we have Onpassive in common. So it was you, myself, in a different business. Are we clear on that? We will not go to the next chapter until we complete our case with the SEC or conclude it. We're very optimistic and hopeful that it will be a good outcome. Potentially within the next 60 days. Within the next 60 days, potentially this could be resolved favorably. That has to be done before we talk about the next chapter. So mindset, okay, be clear that this is not repeating or repackaging. SEC case must be done. And then the technical preparation must be done. So what are we doing? What are we busy with right now? It's all about preparation, because I believe every day either you prepare for tomorrow or repair from yesterday. So either you prepare or you repair. For the last year or so, okay, we've been repairing and preparing. Repairing mistakes and, criminal acts of others, fatal mistakes that we had to fix because they were lack of experience, character, and they just got a position. People wouldn't follow so-and-so because of what they've done for them. They didn't do anything for anybody, right? They just had a position. We had to listen to them, or others invited them, or we've, kind of like send them to attend events and all of that. So they thought, they're like, oh, I'm the boss. I'm, an angel on earth, right? Because people can really get fooled by pictures or all that. It's only a title. Leaders are not taken by their title or position. Leaders get everybody ahead of them. People will follow the leaders, not a position. Leaders who have literally inspired them or...
Oh, I'll do that right now in QuickBooks. Just have to connect my bank.
I say it often, we do business with people we know. It's not the product, it's not the mechanics. 80%, if not more, it's about the nature of leaders, the type of people. If I trust Mr. DeGarmo, I don't care what the product is. We can change that. I'll follow him. I'm comfortable doing that. Give me a superior product, mechanics, plan, whatever, with somebody who I don't know and I don't trust, I will follow. I'm not saying, okay, if, this is an area of my interest, that product or whatever, the journey, I'll do it. But the minute this transaction is over, let's say I buy the product or whatever, okay, our relationship is done. I'm not following the person. So it's transactional, not like based on relationship. That's why I believe the next chapter, which I will talk about, by the way, is more powerful than what we've had before, for the reasons I will list in a bit. So as we move forward, okay, we can expect, I'll give you, updates and progress on the SEC case on, we will communicate to see if we're mentally ready to start talking about the next phase and therefore, reveal. But technically it must be ready before we talk about it. So hypothetical display, I'm not going to beat them. We're going to beat them 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh, that's a dream. Okay. I'll come here on the screen. I'll walk you through the products. And I tell you, if you're impressed, take it. You don't have to. Not going to be talking about something you don't see. Not going to talk about a dream. On a personal side, I talk to you, I chat to you, I'll tell you all my passion, all my vision. Okay. Yes, no problem. I'm not having that as a secret. But when it comes to the mechanics, a specific product or whatever, or platform, we'll not talk about it. We'll put it out there. We'll tell you, here it is. And then we talk about how to get there and all of that, right? Live. So I'm going to say again, the questions mostly have been around the area of, the next chapter, about if I have team, could they come with me? How much, from the products or the percentages finished, all of that, etc. The stability, the security. Are we going to have something like, like OMail? Are we going to have some repeated? Okay. So I think I'm going to talk about the next chapter more of what it is not. First, it is not Onpassive 2.0. It is not a money-making Ponzi. It is not a refurbished product. Not because we have to, no. This is what we want. It is not going to be multi-level marketing, none. It is not a matrix, it's not a binary, none of that. Not multi-level marketing / MLM, it's not. It is not a passive income program. It is not a program. It is not a get rich quick scheme. And it is not a rebranded Onpassive. Nothing from Onpassive is in the next chapter. Nothing. Sure, the experience, the lessons, yeah. No employees, no locations, not a device, not a single line of code, not an image, not a website, none of that. Which brings me to say, we're not leaving Onpassive. Onpassive is there, still has, even beyond the SEC settlement, there will be a few pending cases and matters that we have to settle and clear. I'll keep you posted on that as we go. To the point is like, to what's important, how much you need to know. We don't need to brew too much on negativity. I know people are more intrigued by, drama and all of that, but as a brother to you, it's not that productive. Our time, energy, and focus should be where we want to go, to things that actually will make a difference in your life and around you. You want to make an impact. You don't want to die just like that. It doesn't matter how much you have in your bank account, how tough you are. What matters is what you leave impact to the person next to you, behind you, around you. It is worth it. It is worth it. So keep your eyes on the goal, on the dream, not on the past, and just be more optimistic. Let's do it quietly. One of the mistakes we've learned, that showing our success attracted the wrong people. We were a good hunt for them. And obviously we had criminals in-house on the payroll, right? And them seeing your treasure was so attractive to them. We're not going to boast or blab about that until we win. This, to me, is like a naked chicken dancing in front of a fox. We don't have to do that. You know about it. Your families live in it. That's all what matters. And what is the next business? So I kind of like said what is not, and be careful with that. I want to tell you upfront, don't ask me about questions. What about this? Because we've had it on Onpassive. Don't reference to Onpassive. New chapter. Why, Ash, do you believe this is going to be a better success? I tell you what, we've done it before. It was a success. We've attracted millions of people, good and bad, and we've taken the time to weed out those bad, hopefully, and keep the good, deserving people with us. Five, 6 years ago, we didn't have this many committed, loyal, intelligent, sharp leaders. We were fewer, right? And we were still new in our relationship. Now we have a ton of memory and memories, together. We know more about each other. We trust each other more. And we see the possibilities. What do you expect with that? We're talking about hundreds of thousands. So we're not starting from scratch or from the beginning and start building that relationship. This is what I was referring to when I said, as negative it was, on the corporate side, attracting the wrong people, but at the same time, the best part came out of it, which is attracting you and many thousands around the world. It's a true, international and global network. Say an island, small country, big country, we have somebody there we can count on. Now, together is nothing we cannot achieve. With this desire, strong desire and belief to, the future, doing something better. What makes me believe that we have more experience? We've learned lessons, very expensive lessons. We know exactly what not to do. As much as it was somewhat good success, but that's a price, that's a phase that's taken us to a better, level now. Okay, let's bring this home now, and we I just want to make sure these are the things I wanted to address.
Perfect, brother.
One more thing, I believe tentatively we may have the Arabic webinar this coming Friday after tomorrow. And then accordingly, we would schedule periodic, sessions. I'm not sure if next Thursday is going to be the webinar or Wednesday, so we'll definitely keep you posted as you see in the back office. But I hope you're, let's wrap this up. I hope you're more clear that there are still a couple of things that we have to go through before talking about the next chapter, and that Onpassive is not shutting down soon. We will say business as usual, but we choose how to do and perform that business. Okay, good news. We're not going anywhere. A lot has changed, yeah, okay, but still there. So we're compounding on it. Whether it's a bad phase, good phase, what it's just we're not denying that it happened. And it's a part of who we are. It brought us together. But make no mistake, the next phase of this journey is definitely stronger, better, way bigger. And I'm going to send it back to your brother, Chris Johnson, and see what questions do we have. If I missed any topic, or you want me to clarify any point from what I...
Very good,
Okay.
Brother Ash. I think you hit everything. To me, my knowledge, you said more. I loved it. I want to keep this moving. So I'm going to bring Marty on first. And then if you would like to ask a question or say something, it's not required. Please raise your hand. But I do want to concentrate on a lot of the new people, but I'm going to call everybody. Marty DeGarmo, the floor is yours, brother.
All right. Yeah, that was, that's clear. You know, bringing up that when it comes to, maybe you're talking about item number 10, that means 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 could already be done, but it wasn't ready to bring out. It's strategic. I love that idea. There's no reason to show all your cards, even though you have a royal flush. Show them one at a time when you need to. I love it. Definitely was a bad year, you know, but I want to say something. As of right now, we got something like 1,900 emails in a day and a half. I started to go through them, and I said, why should I have so much fun? So I asked Red to help me, and he did. A lot of them were the same, obviously. But the general thing was, what about this? What about that? It kind of, some people have a little bit of anxiety and all that. I get it. But there's one thing that, as I thought about it, had a chance to